So I hope everybody's notes are out and you're ready to take notes, okay? So we have, up to this point, I've taught you how to graph equations that are written in the form slope-intercept, which is y equals mx plus b. I've taught you how to graph equations, thank you. I've taught you how to graph equations that are written in point-slope form. Y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1, right? I have not taught you how to graph equations that are written in standard form, which is ax plus by equals c. And an example would be like 2x plus 3y equals 12, something like that. I haven't taught you how to do that. But what I'm going to teach today is actually a shortcut for graphing those kind of problems, those standard formula problems. However, this is not limited to just standard form. I'm going to teach a method of finding your x-intercept of any equation, no matter how it's written. You can find an x-intercept very easily using slope-intercept form, using point-slope form, using standard form. Very easy. You can find a y-intercept very easily so this works for everything, okay? It's a really important, useful skill, and I guarantee you this will, if you don't learn this now, it will bite you later. It'll come back to bite you because you will be needing this. You guys, I need you to listen, okay? You will be needing this ongoingly throughout your math career. You will need to know how to do this, not only in Algebra 1, but also Algebra 2. You'll need to know it in pre-calculus. You'll need to know how to do it in calculus. You need to know this. It works for all the problems. You've got to know how to do this. So finding the x-intercept and y-intercept. First of all, what is an x-intercept or a y-intercept? Does anybody know? Hindu.
It's where like a line crosses the x-axis and the y.
Okay, right. So you have a graph. Make sure this is on here. Okay, so I'll do it over here. So you've got a graph, right? And we've got an x-axis and a y-axis. So here's my y-axis. This is my x-axis, right? Now, if I were going to draw a line, something like this, say, okay, and that's my line. And here, let me do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. What I want to know is what is my y-intercept on this graph? Intercept meaning intercept where something intercepts the y-axis. Where does that line intercept the y-axis range?
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is correct. So my y-intercept is 5. That's true. My y-intercept is equal to 5. Okay. What is the x value? First of all, what would that point be? If I wanted to plot that point right there, how would I plot it? I mean, not how do I plot it. What would the point be that I would plot? South.
5, -3.
This point right here.
Oh, 5. Really?
What would the point be? What is that point? If I wrote it in parentheses x comma y parentheses, right?
Oh, 5, 0.
5, 0.
0,
0, 5, right? So that is the point 0, 5. You guys all see that? There's actually a really important thing in what I just wrote. What is x?
0.
Yeah, but what is the x of this point?
0.
0. In order to find a y-intercept, the only way you'll ever find a y-intercept is if x equals 0. Because y-intercept is where a line crosses the y-axis. What if the point was here? How would I write it? It would be 0, 3. 0, 3. If it was here, it would be 0, negative 2. If it was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If it was here, it would be 0, negative 7. Do you see what's the common thing you see in all of these? They have a 0 for the x. The only time something can touch the y-axis is if x is 0. So, that's important to know. So for the y-intercept, that means x must equal 0. That means my point is 0, 5 for my y-intercept. Does that make sense? You get that? So now let's talk about my x-intercept. We'll go down here. We'll do x-intercept. X-intercept. What is my x-intercept in this graph? Somebody else. Nathan.
That's 3, right?
Well,
0.
negative.
Negative 0. 0, negative 3.
No, that's y-intercept.
Negative 3.
Negative
So remember, it's x first, so it's negative 3,
0.
comma 0, right? You agree with me?
Yeah.
So my x-intercept is at negative 3. My x-intercept is negative 3. Okay, and what does y have to be in order for me to be on the x-axis?
0.
It's the only way I can be touching the x-axis if y is 0. If I had a point over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, what would that be? What's that point? 6, comma 0, right? Look, the y is 0 again. The only way it can touch the x-axis if y is 0. So, I can say y, to find the x-intercept, y must equal 0. And that means the 0 will be in the y position. So, my x-intercept would be negative 3, comma 0. My y-intercept would be 0, comma 5 for this graph. Yes, Liam.
Is it possible to graph a completely horizontal or completely vertical line?
Yes, it is possible. But we're not going to get there today. We're not doing that today. But that's a great question. It is possible to graph a completely horizontal or completely vertical line. You'll learn that fairly soon, actually. So this is really goldenly important. This part, to find the y-intercept, you can simply make x equal to 0. So I'm going to write that down here. To find the y-intercept, make x equal to 0 in the equation. And solve for y. Okay, so that's the first thing, to find the y-intercept. And then the second thing is to find the x-intercept. Make y equal to 0 in the equation. And solve for x. That's really key. That tells you exactly how to do it. Okay, so let's try an example. First, I'll do one with standard form. Standard form is one I haven't taught you how to graph yet. Now, remember, in a way I have, because I taught you, you can use t-charts for everything, right? T-charts will graph anything. So you can use a t-chart and graph anything, and you'll always get it right, if you do it right. You know, but
You gotta
this,
do it right first.
yeah, you gotta do it right first. But, you know, but anyways, so let's say we had 2x plus 3y equals 6. All right, I want to find my y-intercept first. All right, I want to find the y-intercept. So I'm going to say y-intercept. And what do I know x has to be?
0.
X has to be 0. Therefore, I'm going to plug, wherever I see x, I'm going to plug a 0 in for x. So 2 times 0 plus 3y is equal to 6. Yes? All right, what? 2 times 0 is what?
0.
So it's a nothing, right? I don't even need it anymore. So really, I have 3y equals 6. You guys with me? Make sense? All right. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. My y is equal to 2. And what am I solving for? I'm really not solving for y. I'm solving for my y-intercept, which is 2 when x is 0. So what is my point?
0.
0, 2. So my point is 0, 2. All right? Now I want to do the same thing, but I want to do my x-intercept. So I'm going to say x-intercept. And what does y have to be?
0.
Has to be 0. So I'm going to substitute in. I'm going to say, wherever it says y, I'm going to put a 0. So I have, go down here so people can see. So 2x plus 3 times 0 is equal to 6. Now what is 3 times 0?
0.
So that crosses out, it cancels out, right? So I don't need it. So I really have just 2x equals 6. Divide by 2, divide by 2. X is equal to 3. Interesting. So what I really found, though, is I found my x-intercept when y is 0. So what's my point? 3, 0. My point is 3, 0. That's my x-intercept. So I go to my graph, and now I'm going to erase this and try to use this graph since.
Why don't you just go on the graph board?
Oh, I could. You're right. That's probably a good idea. But so I don't think I've got the camera facing it, so
Just turn it really quickly.
it's too complicated. I'm just a math teacher, guys. Okay, so we have 2 points. I have 0, 2. So I start at 0, 0, and I go nowhere to the right or the left, and I go up 2. And I put a dot, right? And then for my other one, I have 3, 0. So 3 over to the right, and I don't go up or down. So I put it there. Those 2 points are on the line of this. So if they're on that line, then all I have to do is draw a line through those 2 points, and I just graphed my equation. Isn't that cool? Nate, could you ask them if I could have, I was just going to ask, could I have like 3 more minutes?
For you, Gary, anything.
Oh, really? Make that a double dipper ice cream. I'd like mint chocolate chip and Jamocha almond fudge.
Absolutely.
Ben and Jerry's. Okay? Thank you so much. Have it here in 5 minutes. Okay.
That's here.
All right, does this make sense?
Yeah.
Like it really is not hard at all. Because you just know whenever you find a y-intercept, you make x equal to 0. Whenever you find an x-intercept, you make y equal to 0. And you will find your intercepts, right? And then once you've found your intercept, you can plot your point. So we're going to do one more just to, and I'm going to do it in a different color, and I'm going to use the same graph. All right. I've got 3 minutes to do this. So different color, different color, different color. We'll use red. Okay, here we go. Let's say we have 3x plus 4y equals 12. Okay? 3x plus 4y equals 12. So, actually, you know what? Maybe I'll do this. I'll make it a minus. Sorry, I probably screwed you up. But I'm going to make it a minus just so you can see. So, first of all, I'm going to do my y-intercept. That means I've got to make x equal to 0. So 3 times 0 minus 4y is equal to 12. All right? That crosses out, or just it's nothing, so not going to worry about it. 4y is equal to negative 4y equals 12. Divide by negative 4. Divide by negative 4. Y is equal to negative 3. So my y-intercept when x is 0 is -3. So my point is 0, -3. Everybody agree with me? All right. Now to my x-intercept, I have to make y equal to 0. And this is how I expect you to write it out. I don't want you to do shortcuts. I want you to write it out at this point. Okay? Y equals 0. So I'm going to do that. 3x minus 4 times 0 is equal to 12. Well, minus 0 doesn't do anything. So 3x is equal to 12. Divide by 3, x is equal to 4. So I just found my x-intercept when y is equal to 0. So what is my point? 4, 0. Exactly. So now I go over to my graph and I plot first 0, -3. 0 meaning I don't go left or right at all. I go down 3 and I put a dot. And then 4, 0. From 0, 0 I go over 4 and I don't go up or down, I just put a dot. And now I just connect my dots, put arrows on them, and I am done. And that is graphing y-intercept.
Gary, don't even.